Our next segment is sponsored by Gateway Bank. They have been working successfully for more than 10 years to earn the opportunity to do business with you. Please welcome to the stage, representing the i.d.e.a. Museum, Executive Director, Sunnee O'Rourke. Sunnee, come on up. Welcome, Sunnee.
Morning.
Good to have you here at Mesa Morning.
Great to be here.
Pardon me for not getting up. I'm all tethered into my little controls here.
problem.
I'm thinking about installing one of those things that will tell me when to eat. I'm going to do that after the show.
You know, my dog is diabetic, and I would love to know when they would develop that for animals. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be. Huh? Little thing on the collar buzzes,
Yes.
and you know it's time to give. Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. Well, tell us a little bit about the i.d.e.a. Museum. I know it's got a long history, and I'm unaware of any of it, so give us some knowledge here.
Well, thank you so much for having me here, Mark. The i.d.e.a. Museum is actually 40 years old this year. We started as the Children's Fine Arts Center, and we became the Arizona Museum for Youth, and then 4 years ago, we reimagined ourselves to the i.d.e.a. Museum, which stands for Imagination, Design, Experience, Art. And we are known for wonderful Whiteman Family Gallery that has changing exhibitions, and right now we have Sonoran Safari, which showcases 25 different artists with different materials, painting, pastels, digital media, sculpture, such as bronze, and we have Artville, which is very popular for 0 to 4-year-olds, a developmental space, as well as the Hub Gallery.
Well, now it's called a kids museum, but is it just for kids?
No, actually, we're for your child and the child within you. We love it when adults come and play. It's a lot of fun to see them playing. It's great. We have the highest interaction between adults and children in the country. 82% of our visitors come because they want to interact with their child. So you don't see too many adults sitting on the sidelines on their iPhone.
That's awesome. Tell us about the exhibits. How do those get chosen, and how often do they change? And
we have a variety of ways that we create our exhibitions. Sometimes we have suggestions from our public or our members, but we have a team of educators and also curators who select the art and decide on what's best. So for example, Sonoran Safari was a theme because the schools study that, and actually it's amazing when you really learn about the environment here. And so that was one of the topics. This summer we're going to have, because a lot of times we have fun exhibits in the summer since the kids are out of school, and that's going to be about toys and games. And then next fall we'll have an exhibition about space. So it varies.
Well, it's always great when you can stimulate a child's awareness to a lot of things. And it's important to be aware of a lot of things. How many people were aware that we just had a $20 donation to the United Food Bank? Anybody hear that? Where did that come from? Who's our lucky, is somebody back that way? Whose phone went off? Did they leave? Well, we'll make sure there's a $20 cover charge when they walk back in. So, well, anyway, I
think we should double it and 20 to the museum as well. What do you think?
Yeah. When you're warned and it still goes off, I triple it.
Okay.
No, let's just we'll cover that when they come back in. Now you have an event coming up tomorrow. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. We are really thrilled about this because it's called the 4th trimester. Everyone knows about 3 trimesters when babies are developing. But often it's challenging for families. It's a big change. And so we have a wonderful person who's founding this particular event, and we are co-sponsoring it. Her name is Jenny Bever, and she is a lactation specialist, a professor at ASU. And her idea was really to create a conference where there would be a variety of different resources for families to support them. So we're going to have things such as intimacy after a child is born. Also, we'll have meditation and different ways to relax, and different health organizations will be there to help the family. So we're really excited about it. And we want it to be an annual event. And we also are having monthly sessions in developing a community. And it goes right along, Mark, with our emphasis on early childhood development. Start then and all the way through life.
That's awesome. Hey, just out of curiosity, those of you that are here today, round of applause if you've been to the i.d.e.a. Museum.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
And those of you that aren't clapping really don't have any excuse to not go.
No, we'd love to have you visit us. We're really not far from here. We're located on the cross streets of Country Club and Robeson on 150 West Pepper Place.
That's awesome. Now, people that want to get involved, how can they do that? Can they make donations? Do you need volunteers?
We need all of the above. In fact, I want to give a shout out to Jen Duff, who's here, who's on our board. And she knows all about fundraising since she did a lot of that on our board. We are a public-private partnership with the City of Mesa and the Museum Board. So if you go online, go to i.d.e.a.museum.org, and there's a way to donate online, as well as we always are looking for new board members and volunteers, so you could also see me after this.
Okay, that's great. And you're going to hang around afterwards and
I
answer any
am.
questions?
I wouldn't miss it.
We got time. If anybody's got a quick question for Sunnee, we can do that. Otherwise, think about your question. Oh, Jennifer's got something she'd like to say. Hey, we've got a microphone coming.
About the luncheon.
Yes, so on April 5th, we're having a wonderful luncheon, and it is called Nourishing Bright Futures for Children, and that is our main fundraising event. It's a free event to come to the luncheon, and there are postcards available. We hope you'll join us, and we do ask for a donation. There's no minimum or maximum, and that really does support us.
I like that, no maximum. That's important to remember that.
We'll take a nice big check like what was presented today.
You know what else we could do? Maybe as a fundraising effort, there's a beautiful set of golf clubs behind you. Maybe we can auction those off. Our guest will be out later. He might have a problem with that. But,
That's a great idea.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. Keep up the, and boy, you know what? You just can't engage kids early enough. So
it's true. It's very important to develop their executive function so they can make the right choices in life and be able to really be contributing citizens when they get older. There's a lot of studies on that, and really it's much better to prevent what could happen if they don't have the right start, because once they get behind, Mark, they're like that through life.
If you'd like to have a poster person for what happens when you make bad choices, I am available for that.
You mean
a big photo of me.
You got no development as a little boy, little baby?
I have an inner child, and I still argue with that kid.
Well, come to the museum. We'll help your inner child.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
And let's all go see her at the i.d.e.a. Museum.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sunnee.